Welcome, Eclipse Day. Today is Monday, the 21st, obviously, since
an awesome day.
The eclipse doesn't regularly happen. How was your eclipse experience? Tell us in the comments. Ours was amazing.
It was awesome.
Right?
Yes.
So I was in bed, and I had planned on waking up earlier than normal to try and get to my mom's house because it's out in the country kind of. And so I could take pictures of the eclipse and experience it more fully than in town. And all of a sudden at like 8:36, I was like, oh, what time is it? And I looked over at the clock and I was like, oh, it's 8:36. Okay. So then we have a smoothie every morning, green smoothie. So I was like, hey, tell me 3 things you're grateful for, because that's part of our morning routine too. We tell each other, me and my 2 kids tell each other what we're grateful for, 3 things. My kids usually say mostly the same things, which is okay. They're 3 and 5. So anyway, so then I hurried, made our smoothie, and then I said, okay, you're going to eat the rest of your breakfast in the car, and I'll put all your snacks in your cup holders in your car seats, because that's like for snacks. We don't really put drinks in there. We don't even use our cup holders for drinks. So we hurried, got out to my mom's, and I didn't realize it was starting, like the moon was moving over the sun so early. I barely made it here before it started moving over the sun. And so it was cool that I made it just in time. And then I started setting up my camera and everything. And we had friends over.
Yeah. We had so we had people renting
from out of state.
Yeah. From Utah. I know there were a lot of people that were
from California.
There were news.
Arizona.
There were license plates from all over the place. But the ones that I saw the most of was probably Utah.
Yeah.
And besides Idaho, obviously, we have a lot of Idahoans that came from various different parts, because Idaho Falls is a big-ish city. I mean, for Idaho, it's huge.
Yeah, it's our third biggest city in Idaho.
I think it's second.
Second biggest, something. Boise.
All right, it's the third. It depends on if Pocatello has their college students in or not. If they're, what is it called? If they're on break.
Oh, I didn't know what you were trying to say.
if the college is on break, then Pocatello shrinks down to almost nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Then
so it depends on the time of year.
Yeah, and so Idaho Falls then gets bumped up to second biggest city in the state, and then and then Pocatello gets their college students in, and all of a sudden it's like boom,
bigger,
huge, yeah. And so lots of people came in from out of state. And we had some people come up from Utah and just kind of
camped out in
our yard. And
in our mom's yard.
Yeah, not ours.
It's all ours. Everything my mom has is ours.
And then so they were here, and they ended up going and trying to sell, the glasses, the Eclipse glasses to protect your eyes, because there were a lot of people that I'm sure were not prepared, and so they were like, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity, and so they had a bunch of glasses that they had gotten for really cheap or free.
It was pretty cool though. Those glasses were pretty cool. My kids loved it.
We got ours for free because we got ours like 2 months ago. Yeah. So we were like hey.
We were saying, we've been preparing for 3 months.
We've been preparing. And so he sold some of them, but he didn't sell all of them. And so then I heard people from out in the yard, and I just heard people saying, hey, the eclipse is starting. So I, jumped out there as soon as pretty much it started. And then I came inside and I started getting ready because it was moving slowly across the sun.
It took an hour or so for the actual totality.
For the actual totality. I think that it actually took like an hour and a half, but
the totality was seriously amazing. Like, we thought it was going to be pretty cool. We're like, yeah, we're excited. Yeah, but once it happened, it was like 100 times better than we could have even expected. It was amazing.
I'm into astronomy. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I love anything in the sky. I love studying it and everything. I love anything about the Earth and pretty much. Yeah, I love science. Let's just go with science.
She teaches my kids the scientific name for bugs, and she's like, "Look, it's a Phleboptera," and I'm like, "I don't care."
Ephemeroptera.
Whatever.
Anyway.
I'm just making crap up. I don't know the names of them.
Lepidoptera?
And then my kids regurgitate that crap back to me, and I'm like, "Oh,
they're gonna learn
that's
something
nice."
And so
I have to pretend like I care if it's for my kids. With her, I don't have to pretend. I can just be like, I don't really give a crap.
unless it's for pictures, she's taking pictures of it. Anyway,
Yeah.
so basically, it was as the sun progressed and the moon, as they started covering one another, or like the moon moved in front of the sun, and the well, I guess the sun doesn't move, we move. But as the moon moved in front of the sun, it started getting, like, the temperature dropped. Like, it kept on getting gradually colder. And my nephew, her son, he comes out with a blanket, and I was just like, he always thinks that he's cold even when he's not. And so then after another 15 minutes, I was just like, holy cow, I'm getting cold. Yeah. And I was like, man, he's actually pulled a smart thing by getting a blanket early before. And then it, like, went into, like, this freaky twilight zone type of thing.
And if you looked at your shadow, just like they said in the online videos, you could see, like, individual hairs of your shadow. It was really sharp. It was really...
I was, like, standing there and my hair was down, and I could see the individual hairs that just, like, broken apart in my shadow. And it was like everything was kind of hazy and, like, some sort of twilight zone.
So then when totality hit, you could see, like, animals, like, flying away, I don't know if they were going back to their nest.
And the sky turned purple. It was, I mean, like, it looked like the sun had set. Like, it was dark blue in the sky, and then it was, like, pink and purple across the horizon. It was gorgeous. And then the sun, and
you could see stars. That was amazing.
We could see Venus.
Yeah.
And
that was really cool.
So we did all,
and everybody's like, "What? This is so awesome!" And we're like all shouting.
We're like freezing. We're just like, it's so cold because it's summertime and we're all cold, but it was so trippy, and we're just looking around and it's like pretty dark. I didn't expect it to get that dark. I was like, well, even when the sun is covered, it's still gonna be pretty bright out here. No. It wasn't bright. It was so dark. I mean, like, you could make out stuff, and it was just like, it looked like the sun had gone into far sunset. Like, it was very close to being, or like it was.
But it took a long time for that to happen. We thought that once the sun was mostly covered, it would get really dark. But the darkness didn't happen until complete totality. Like, it was still really, really bright outside. We were surprised.
And then all of a sudden, it was like, boom.
Yeah.
And the sun was gone, and it was like nighttime immediately. And then we looked up at the sun, and it was like this big ball of black with, like, shoots of white coming down and spikes coming into it was gorgeous.
I took so many pictures, and I got one really good one. The settings on the camera were harder than I thought they would be. Yeah.
Well, she didn't get a filter. So we didn't prepare perfectly in all sense, in all meanings of the word, but we prepared pretty well. But she didn't get a filter on her camera, and I didn't think to put, my actual glasses that we had to protect our eyes over my camera. I mean, on my phone, because I would try and take pictures with just my phone, and it didn't pick up anything.
It didn't work. Yeah, it doesn't
Nothing.
Work with that.
It was just like a ball of white. Yeah. And I was like, it's like a sliver of sun is coming through, and all I can see is a ball of white.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, really?
Yeah. So tell us what your experience was like, if you were in totality or not. We were in the line of totality.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. And our friends that were here from Utah, one of them were like, "I don't care how much traffic we have to sit through. This was totally worth it. It was so awesome."
It was so trippy. I didn't expect myself to get that excited. I was so excited. It was amazing. It was beautiful.
Like tricky on your mind. You're like, wait a minute. It's daytime, but it's dark.
You're just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like looking around, and just, it was super cool. We're going to attach some pictures and videos. Here they are. We're going to attach some pictures and videos.
Oh yeah, there's some pictures of my mom And Thacia sitting in the yard with my kids on their laps with the glasses over their eyes, just looking up at the sun.
And I have this one where you can actually take, where we took little hole in pen. We took a pen and we put little pricks into a piece of paper, and then we held them up over ourselves, and you could see the crescent of the sun
shining through that one teeny.
And so it was like I punched a whole bunch of holes, and so we held it up over our hands, and you could see a bunch of crescents on our hands, and then I did it over my face, and so we'll post those pictures, and because it was super awesome and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like a lifetime experience. It was amazing.
Awesome. Next time we're going to go wherever it is, the totality is, because now we know
how awesome it was.
Yeah, it's totally worth it to drive. I'm proud of those people for making the trip, because I'm sure the traffic was not.
And if it would have been totality, and since I've never experienced it, I would have just been like, I'm not driving down there. I can experience it well enough right here. No. It's so worth it. Yeah. So worth it. It was phenomenal.
Yeah. It was the 360-degree, like, looking sunset all the way around us. That was one of the cool parts, too. You're like, wait, there's a sunrise over there. Sunrise over there.
Because the sun's, like, almost at the highest point, and there's purple all around you.
Yeah. It was actually, I thought it was orange.
I saw orange too, but I saw like it fade from like a dark blue and then lighter blue into purple and pink, and then I think it traveled up to orange a little bit higher.
Oh, okay.
So
I was
like a regular
looking
sunset
through my camera quite a bit, so I don't know if I should have paid more attention, but
if you get the opportunity to go to a place and see full totality anywhere,
it's awesome. It's going to happen in 7 years, so plan for it. And be there.
Yeah. Yes. Because it was totally worth it. So here are a bunch of our pictures, and so
here's our experience through images. Thank you for watching, and
may adventures be in your cards.
Yeah.
This is during the day. Look at this.
This is so awesome! Holy crap!
Oh my goodness! It's like the sun went down. This is the coolest thing ever.
I'm not seeing this.
We're in totality.